Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you're watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. So if you're new here, what I usually do is I just show you a deck from my collection, show you all of the cards, and we just talk about it in case you're interested in picking it up. So today we'll be taking a look at this deck called the Heart Align Affirmations Oracle. This is an indie oracle deck by Kimberly Chan. And this is what the sides of the box looks like. And it says in the back, Align Heart Affirmations Deck is a collection of my gentle yet powerful affirmations, seeking to inspire unconditional love and radical acceptance towards the self. May this deck serve as the healing balm to your tired heart, the gentle caress that your spirit needs to feel validated and loved in simply existing. So this was created in 2022, and this is by Kimberly Chan of Fables Den. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this deck now is because she does have a Kickstarter out for the second edition of this deck, which is the Fine Lines edition. I think it has more contrast, so that deck has more contrast, so it's easier to see for those with accessibility issues like myself, because as I'll show you, oops, I have my selenite shard. As I'll show you, the text here can sometimes be difficult to see because it is light, because of the contrast, but I actually don't mind it much. I like the gentle feel of having the text be this light. I can still read it. It's actually not that much of a trouble for me, surprisingly. Okay, so before we look at the cards, let's take a look at the box. If you do want to read, please pause, because because of the small size, I have difficulty reading, and this is what the inside of the box looks like. Now, let's take a quick look at the guidebook. So it's not actually a guidebook per se. It really is more of an instruction booklet of how you use these cards. So here are the table of contents. You have rituals, once upon an aligned heart, why aligned heart, the key themes of the deck, the 5 categories. We'll go through these later. Ways to use the deck, working with affirmations, diving deeper, tips on spread working, and some spreads. Okay, so it has some information about how to bond with the deck. I'll skip through that, and it tells you here that on each card, basically you have this like heart on each card like this, and basically you're meant to hold it or like press on it and bring it close to you to kind of like download the message. And I really like, and place your thumb on your or your favorite finger on the heart to download the message. And I really like that nice touch to the deck. And then it tells you about the deck, why align heart, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about. So there are key themes in the deck. So unconditional self-love, radical self-acceptance, building self-trust, feeling your feelings, treating yourself kindly, forgiving yourself, healing your shame, honoring boundaries, opening your heart to experience connection, and opening your heart to experience life. And you will notice that there's actually different color cards because there are 5 categories. So you have the reminders, self-love, healing, connection, and momentum. So the reminders are short and concise phrases designed to interrupt your negative and anxious thoughts. Self-love encourages you to speak to yourself kindly and take small, measurable steps towards loving yourself unconditionally. The healing category focuses on holding space for your deep emotional wounds, feelings of unworthiness and shame. And for me personally, this is too much for me. So sometimes I do take out this entire category out of the deck. And then you have connection category, is all about self-love and healing, while peopling. And lastly, momentum is all about hope and moving towards the wild unknown with joy. So those are the 5 categories, and you also have ways on how to use the deck. So you can use it as a mental health check-in, self-dialogue, self-love practice. Feel free to pause if you want to read more. Tells you how to work with affirmations, diving deeper with affirmations, and then the spread. So you can analyze what are the dominant categories in your spread, what cards are dominating, and yeah, so it's really a very nice guidebook in the sense that it helps you make the most of the deck. Because it's an affirmation deck, you don't really need to work with a guidebook, but I do appreciate that this is here because it tells you how to make the most out of it. And you also have some spreads, deep communion spread, gathering power spread, sunny side up spread, why so resistant spread. And that is the guidebook for the Align Heart Affirmations Oracle. Now the cards are smaller than standard tarot size. Let me show you how much smaller. So this is standard tarot size. This is the spacious tarot. It is shorter and narrower. It comes with 3 extra cards. So just a short a card for the categories again, just to remind you, and just some information about the deck, and then again the information that you can download messages by just putting your thumb over the message. And these are the backs. It has this holographic detail, which is reversible. It is also edged and gilded in this beautiful holographic rainbow. And then let's zoom in and take a closer look at all of the cards. Alright, zooming in close, and I hope that you can actually still see the words, but I will also be reading them out to you. So first, in this light peach color are the reminders. You are not a burden. You are exactly where you need to be in life. You are safe. Take all the time you need. You know who you are. Speak your truth. You hide because you want to be found. Feel your feelings. You are enough. You exist. You are not alone. You have nothing to prove. One step at a time. You deserve to be treated with kindness. And then we move on to a more pink color. I'm not sure how much of that is showing on the camera, but this is now pink. The previous ones, the reminders, are more peach or light orange. I treat myself with the love and respect I wish to receive from others. The love I have for myself is stronger than any fear. I motivate myself to push through any discomfort in the pursuit of expansion and growth. I believe in myself and my ability to overcome any challenge. I celebrate my achievements and wins, and I allow myself to feel joy and pride in succeeding. I remind myself that my choices are powerful and I am a sovereign being with free will and infinite potential. Some really deep messages in this deck. I remain a loving and compassionate witness to my thoughts and feelings. I value my thoughts and opinions and I allow myself to express them without apology. Thank you for existing. I invest time and energy towards creating more joy, peace, and fulfillment in life. I allow myself to rest and recharge without feeling restless or guilty. For the workaholics out there, I strive to see myself fully and understand myself more deeply. I forgive myself for the mistakes I've made, and I allow myself to ask for support when I need it. I encourage myself to shine and excel while allowing myself to fall while allowing myself to fail without shame. I take care of my body by listening to its needs and committing to its well-being. And then our next category is healing. So the messages here are more for healing traumas. Personally, I don't have much use for this particular category at this time. So I usually just pick one from the other categories and I remove this when I use the deck. But there are some really somewhat almost triggering as well. But there might be some triggering statements in this deck or in this section. So I hope that you are also in a safe space and that you can get the support that you need. The more I fall in love with myself, the more I radiate love towards others. I let go of resentment and hatred by releasing the need to punish myself and others. I did the best I could with the wisdom and awareness that I had at the time. I may feel damaged and broken, but I know in my heart that I am whole and worthy of love. Wow. I honor my wound by leaning into its pain and recognizing the role it's played in my becoming. I harm myself when I try so hard to be good at the cost of my authenticity and mental health. I forgive myself for being the person I've been in order to survive. I allow myself to be safe and happy. You survived. The journey of healing is never ending, and so is the love and dedication I have for myself. Your pain is real. I extend kindness and understanding towards the parts of me that I judge as shameful or negative. I know I no longer need to hide from myself, for I see and accept all that there is within. I let go of the belief that I am undeserving of love. It wasn't your fault. I let go of the neglect I have experienced from others and myself as I tend to my own needs. Suffering is the absence of love. Then we move on to the next category, which is connection. I continue to grow in wisdom, strength, and resilience. I trust in my strength and wisdom to keep myself safe while staying true to myself. I trust myself to make myself known and remain strong, safe, and seen in any relationship. I love this card. I trust the love that others have for me is steady, constant, and unwavering. I don't need to be useful to be worthy and deserving of love. The part of me that feels judged is the part of me that desperately needs to feel seen and loved. I allow myself to take up space and fully exist as I am. I allow myself to relax and embrace the natural ebbs and flows of a connection. I release the need to look for danger in every connection I have. I allow myself to ask for what I need. Very important, guys. All is well. I show up and advocate for myself. Oops. I give myself permission to set the pace in relationships in a way that honors my being and my safety. I dare to love a little more. The ill intent I see in others is a reflection of the shame I feel towards myself. I let go of the need to be perfect in the eyes of others. And then lastly, these are the movement cards. I move towards inspiration, joy, and the sparkling vision of my becoming. I'm in love with myself and I am on an adventure to explore, expand, and evolve. I rebel against systems of falsehood that bind my freedom. I give myself to the wild unknown and embrace uncertainty with curiosity and excitement. I continue to take inspired action towards my aspirations and goals. I navigate confusion and doubt by reconnecting with my values and the truth of who I am. I know in my heart that I'm divinely guided and led. This is the moment I have been waiting for. I allow myself to experiment and grow with the flow. I allow my story to unfold. I allow myself to have fun and enjoy life to the fullest. I allow myself to fail without shame. Love is my biggest inspiration and the source of my deepest magic. And lastly, nothing is stopping me from living and loving myself to the fullest. Alright, so there are ways to use these cards. You can shuffle them all together. You can just pick from a specific category. Just to show you though, if it is all together, I do have trouble shuffling this deck because of the size, because of the thickness. It's quite difficult. By the way, I forgot to mention the cardstock. It is matte and it does snap back really well. Really good quality. It's just that it is a little bit too thick to riffle shuffle if I shuffle it all together. And it's just quite difficult to do that. Now what I usually do, like I mentioned, is I either just choose from a particular category. Let's say for now I just need a reminder. So I would just get this section and I would shuffle this part and get a message from that. But for the sake of this video and just so we can get a message for the collective, let's try and shuffle it all together, and I'll just separate it again later. So riffle shuffling can be done, just a little bit difficult. I can't bridge it though, and as you can see, I am forcing it quite hard to shuffle. So let's just do it the other side, just to balance everything out. Right, but personally I do prefer to overhand this deck. And then let's just see, maybe let's get 3 cards, just a message for everyone. All right, 1, okay. Let's pick this one, and 1, okay, oops. Oh my gosh, everything's falling. Just give me a sec. You know what? I think we'll read for this one. You are not alone. So that is a reminder card. I show up and advocate for myself. And I trust that the love that others have for me is steady, constant, and unwavering. And I really think that ties up all together. So you have 2 connection cards and 1 reminder, but basically it tells us that we are not alone. We should advocate for ourselves, and that people around us who love us have love for us that is steady, constant, and unwavering. And I do hope this message finds you well. I hope it helps remind you of all of these things. I do really like this deck. I don't use it much because I'm not really an affirmation deck type of person, and there's just some really deep thoughts and deep messages from this deck that sometimes it's not the type of deck that I need. But I definitely realize the significance of this deck in my collection. And again, I got this from Fables 10. This is the first edition, but there is a second edition Kickstarter ongoing. I will also be linking that down below in case you're interested in checking it out. And that has been the flip through of the Heart Align Affirmations Oracle by Kimberly Tan. And I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to click on the like button and do consider subscribing to my channel. See you again next time. Bye!